tutte le genti che passeranno. Oh vela ciao, vela ciao, vela ciao, 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 e le genti che passeranno oh, mi diranno che bel...
All right, welcome back to the Valley Labor Report with David Story and Jacob Morrison. I was just making fun of Jacob for that intro music that he has picked out.
I can't believe you've never heard Bella Ciao. Hey, you know what, Pop?
Jacob's saying, go ahead, lay it out there.
It's kind of relevant. That was a incredibly popular anti-fascist song in World War II against Mussolini. That's what that was talking about. Yeah.
And I'm the old guy here.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Hey, we appreciate y'all listening in today. In the studio with us, we have a brother of mine that has traveled many, many hours and many, many miles to be here with us today on what I hope will be a monumental event with the North Alabama Labor Council. Welcome in, Brother Byron Williams.
Good morning.
Good morning, brother. I cannot, I talked to you outside for a little bit. I cannot thank you enough for traveling the distance that you did to be here with us today and to speak truth to power. How far you and your wife came, correct?
Yes, sir. About 13 hours. I appreciate first and foremost the opportunity to come out and be with y'all today in this very important event to give awareness to the community and speak to the injustices that's going on in this country at this time. So it is my pleasure, and humbly I need to be here. And when asked from our international to be a part of this, it was no second thought. So, and I got a chance to travel some of this beautiful country to come up and be with us today.
It is gorgeous. It is gorgeous, and we would be remiss if we did not give thanks to International President Brother Bob Martinez, our Vice President Ricky Wallace, Sister. There's so many people that were involved in bringing you out that every time that I, over the past month, reached out to somebody, your name kept coming up. I mean, it was just constant. So although I've never met you before, we're fellow brothers in the union, but just the amount of respect that the rest of our union had for you really speaks to the work that you've done over there in Houston.
I appreciate it. I thank all those that you've mentioned. I consider we use the vernacular all the time, brothers and sisters, but they're really like family. They're mentors to me. Sister Cervantes, Brother Wallace, our international president, Sister Rhonda Rogers in our Human Rights Department, communication. We travel all over this country trying to do for our union members and be a collective voice for labor. And I've had the pleasure and honor of meeting a lot of brothers and sisters and mentors and family. So it's really inspiring to be a part of something that we do to try to be a voice for the community and the voiceless. So
Yep. Dignity on job and service to the community really speaks volumes. And our union, and I've been a union member since I was 16, and been a member of many different unions, and all great, doing great work. But I really, and this is not to put down any other union, but I really feel at home in the Machinists union.
Absolutely.
The amount of training that they give up at W3 at the Whipping Singer, Brother Edmundo Osorio, just the list goes on and on. The work that they do to bring all of us together and make people realize we're all one class, that we all should stand in support of each other. I just feel like, man, we are really blessed to be a part of the union that we are.
Amen to that.
So tell us a little bit about what you're doing over there in Houston, because I think you represent a lot of workers all across the state, and speak to us about what you do over there, your ins and outs, and kind of what your daily responsibilities is.
Oh, well, like most in the labor movement, we wear multiple hats. I'm a president director of District Lodge 37 of the IAM, and that's inclusive of about 25 contracts in the Houston surrounding area that I oversee on a day-to-day basis, for contracts, renegotiations, grievances, etc. I also have the privilege of being the first black elected state council president of the Machinists for the state of Texas, which is a different hat, but just as important, being able to be the political arm for the Machinists in the state of Texas, which allows us to peel back the layers of what our members need from a voting perspective, getting to talk to a lot of legislators and look at the impact of what we need to do, and how we move forward, being a part of that process. Because with all the rhetoric and unrest that's going on in the White House, we need to have that voice. We need to educate our members, the working families, to know what they're impacting. We can't no longer just vote a certain way. We can't no longer just be the status quo. We have to look at what's impacting us, because there's a lot of unrest out there, but we can't lose focus that voting is important. To be a part of the process, we have to be a part of the process. To make a difference, we have to be a part of that difference. So being from that aspect, being in the chair of that's very important to me. I have a lot of friends that in the legislations that speak to me and call me on a regular basis to check and see how labor's doing. And I think that's what's important. We want legislators to make sure, and I appreciate Jacob bringing me out, because I know in his talk earlier, we have to be a voice at the table. We need to know what the community and the outreach of what we need to do, and that's what labor's about. We need to know what the community needs so we can be that voice. We got to be that voice at the table, and that's what's important, and that's what's dear to me, being part of the state council.
Yeah, and the labor movement brings all people together. It's solidarity collectively to have that voice, and I think that what you're saying is important. And I think the fact that we got about 20 seconds here, but the fact that you're the first elected black president of the Texas State Council speaks volumes about where the labor movement has moved in the South. I wish we could say that for ours, but I hope we're going to make some progress on that very, very soon. And it was a shame that we had to bring somebody in from Houston, Texas, but I'm honored that you are here. You are going to be at the rally today, speaking to the folks out there. Everybody that's out listening to this show today, please come out and support the North Alabama Labor Council.